There are no half measures. The players know that, and so do the fans. And that's why I'm sure all of you at home as well, like those of us here, will be on the edge of your seats tonight. By Kevin Keegan. And these are faces that you will recognise only too well. Maybe not quite so well Alvin Martin, the centre-half there from West Ham, who was chosen in preference to Dave Watson. Trevor Brooking at the end, who scored the 2 goals in Budapest, which enabled England to win 3-1 in Hungary last June. One and a half internationals behind him. And bearing in mind that Dave Watson says he's now finished with international football, what an opportunity for Martin at 23, the youngest player in the England team tonight. His selection means the average age of the team is 28 and a half. The likes of Neil, Mills, Keegan and Brooking, knowing it's their last chance to play in a World Cup, as I said. And number 9, Paul Mariner, the last striker to score a goal for England, apart from penalties, and that was a year ago tonight against Switzerland. The Hungarian team has an average age of 29. There's only the one change from the accepted first-choice lineup, and that's at number 8, where Karol Chapo replaces the injured Tibor Nilyoshi. There are 5 exiles playing with foreign clubs, and one of them is the goalkeeper, Ferenc Meszaros, who against Switzerland here in '77. Both his linesmen from France. Well, hold tight, everybody, because here we go. And Keegan from the kickoff. Back to Phil Neal. Phil Thompson giving Alvin Martin an early feel of the ball. And across to Mick Mills. And immediately Martos, the right back, has picked up Brooking, leaving Garabar to Mark Mariner. The Hungarians like to play man for man. Phil Thompson. Keegan. McDermott. Overcame Muller, number 5. They put little Shalai on Keegan, the 11. This is Brooking. And England get the first corner, which Brooking will take. Mariner's going to the near post. Alvin Martin has come up. And Meszaros turns it for a corner on the other side. The ball is still causing a little bit of concern, but the referee appears to feel it's all right, and Brooking's going across to take the second corner. Mariner 9, Keegan 7, Martin 5. Played short. And it came all the way across to McDermott. It's going to be a goal kick. The Hungarians settling down then to keeping the England players under man-to-man surveillance. Left-footed notice, Meszaros. Martin's header. Mariner, Robson, Koppel. McDermott's down the right wing, offside. Balint, the Hungarian sweeper. Number 9, Tarapchik, he missed it. McDermott. Brooking. The sort of start England were after, with the play compressed into Hungary's half. Mills. Mariner's gone down the left. Garaba with him. He's turned him. Came through and crossed for Koppel to head it down. And it's Koppel again. Onto the near post. Only back as far as Phil Neal with the shot. Phil Neal prepared to shoot on sight, and it was a good effort. Ball played down the England right. Popple looking for McDermott initially on the near post, but Phil Neal taking it first time on his left foot. Good effort. Torocic for Hungary. Muller. Plays number 5. 7, Fazekas. Trying to find Chapo, but England in quickly. Now it's Kish. Neal. And they want the early ball. Keegan. Foul, was it? Well, they put Shalai on Keegan. He's the number 11. And he brought him down there. McDermott floats one in. Keegan's forward again. And it's Keegan's header. And he found space there, and little Shalai let him go. Good sign for England. He beat the man-to-man marking system then. Shalai didn't know where he was. Neal. So already 2 efforts by England. The captain with the header. Muller. There's Cortosh. McDermott with the Liverpool connection. There he is again. Steve Coppell. Five minutes gone. Keegan for England. And again, Shalai impeding Keegan. That's his second offence. The referee had a quick word off the ball there with Shalai. And England have a free kick. They've got Martin and Mariner who can come in from the far side on these. Brian Robson's also well forward. It was too near to the goalkeeper, and he likes to get his throw in quickly, Mesherosh, and sometimes, as you may have seen when he played at Southampton for Sporting Lisbon, he can start attacks that way. Muller. Torocic. Well, we're hoping that he's not going to have one of those nights that Tomaszewski had here for Poland. Was brought down. This could be the first piece of work for Peter Shilton. Torocic on the ball. Shalai. Ballin, the sweeper. Offside flag is up. Thompson. Martin. Mariner trying to hold on Garaba, who's a tough customer. Referee's given that throw to England, overruling his linesman. Looking. Number 2, Martos, is going to follow Brooking everywhere. That's the early indication in the man-to-man marking. Martos. Fazekas. Coming out of the back four here. Torocic. Brian Robson, almost his first touch. Neal. Thompson. McDermott's drifted away to inside left, into the channel for Keegan. Another foul by Shalai. That's 3 now. But in fact, England are not going to get that free kick because the linesman has flagged for backing in by Keegan. That's going to be one of the personal contests of the night, without a doubt. Two small men. Muller. And Brooking wanting to get England away. He was very heavily tackled by Garada, who left his mark on Brooking there. And so it's Mills for England. For the Hungarians, leaving it for Tarocic. Here's Muller. While England goes searching for an early goal to ease their nerves, one has to constantly bear in mind that while it stays 0-0, that would be good enough, but we don't want to take any chances. And here's McDermott, looking for Keegan. Shall I? Hungarians have already qualified and have already made sure of winning the group. Indeed, since their defeat by England in Budapest, they've taken 5 points out of 6. Keegan. Martos, the offender. We've been playing 10 minutes. Robson with the free kick. Mariner gets up. Here's Alvin Martin. Mariner at the near post. Martin again. Off toe for a corner. And that was a shot from Martin. Good effort too on the turn. And here's a word now with his first impressions from Jimmy Hill.
Well, that's the best news of the night, that Alvin Martin's confident enough to be in that position, and when he gets half a chance, turn and whack it, be it over the bar. Because he's made a very settled and calm start. He hasn't been tested as a defender yet, but on the other hand, Ron Greenwood made a bold decision, and I'm sure it's the right one. We shall see as the game progresses.
McDermott on. Mariner. Keegan. This time Berlin was the defender who challenged Keegan. And penalised he is by the referee. He looked round at the referee, Paul Mariner, as though he felt Garaba might have pushed him. And from here, it looked as if he could have had a point. But the referee wasn't interested. And it's a throw into Hungary. Shall I? 7, Bazakash. Tarocic, this is where Hungary can be dangerous if he gets a chance to run at defenders. Number 9. Play on, says the referee. Thompson. Neal. Garaba sliding in. So England 0, Hungary 0, but all the play in the Hungarian half. There goes McDermott. And that came off him last, I think. That's his Martos, though. Then Brooking. And McDermott and Brooking. And Muller brings the ball away. The way back is cut off. They had to go that way. Kevin Keegan sensibly cut off the goalkeeper. Neal. And Mariners on the far post. Mills. Ball didn't come in first time. Right now, Mills again with a quick free kick to Robson. Mills. And Mesheros elected to punch McDermott.
Well, John, you said that Matchday might be suspect with that right hand. It was a right-hand punch. It's not his natural hand, and look at it. All floppy and straight down to McDermott. A good volley, but he tried too hard to keep it down, and in doing it, screwed it past that left hand.
Pushing by McMills on the jump. Well, Hungary have yet to launch a proper attack. I suppose you'll be saying, long may that continue, but that's Vazikash. The ball driven wide for Joseph Tote, number 4, the captain. 5 is Muller. Valint. Martos pushing forward from right back. Chapo letting it run to Kish. Tote. Gone, no score. Thompson for England. Brian Robson. Popple. In the back from Tote. That's a foul, the tackle from behind. On Steve Popple. This is Brooking. Oh, there's a chance there to go. Paul Mariner. Well, the start England wanted, and it came from a free kick after a series of Hungarian fouls, and Mesheros came and didn't make it. The ball comes out to Trevor Brooking. He fires it back in, and there's Mariner, 1-0 to England. Mariner, the man who scored the last goal from a striker for England from outfield play a year ago, gets on the end of it. And England are in front from Trevor Brooking's initial shot. 15 minutes gone, Mesheros beaten, and the goalkeeper's vulnerability, which Jimmy Hill mentioned earlier, is shown up again. He really didn't know what he was doing with the punch. And England have numbers there to make it count. Well, listen now to the Wembley crowd with just 15 minutes gone. Now the question now is, how badly do the Hungarians want to win the match? That may sound a strange thing to ask, but they're already in Spain, they're a goal down, they haven't got Niloshi. Can England now capitalise on that marvellous opening? Robson. Third goal in the World Cup qualifying competition, his 6th for England overall. Number 9. Koppel. Oh, and Garava's crashing into the back of Mariner there. The referee had a good advantage, though, because Brooking had the ball. Now to Rochik. And Fatikash out on the right could be a threat. In the middle, Chapo and Kish. And the cross is going nowhere. Doesn't get the ball in any better than that, England will be well pleased. Thompson. Garava with Mariner. Now it's Kish. Nice turn. Number 10. Tilt. Muller to Rochik. Muller. There could be a break on here. Dermott's got three others forward. Here's Brooking. Keegan on the left wing. Starting his run now. Brilliant run by Kevin Keegan. Oh, he had Mariner to his right. And it could so easily have been 2-0 as he acknowledges. Ron Greenwood sitting at the back there, always watches from the stand. His nerves must have been eased by that goal. 20 minutes gone, England 1, Hungary 0. Keegan for England, tucked inside to Brooking, that's the old 1-2. Robson coming through, kicked by Martos really after the ball had gone, and Martos kicked him again when he ran back as well. Referee didn't see that. This is Tarocik and Martin. Mariner, the goal scorer. The Hungarians are chopping away here with some tackles which are going on when the ball is gone. Mariner's just been fouled off the ball. There's an argument going on between him and Tarocik. Here's Brooking. It's Martos with the tackle. And Keegan. Good effort, beaten out by Mesheros. Koppel's in there. He still is. Neil. Dermott. And now with a comment on the England goal, Jimmy Hill.
Well, I don't know whether Mesheros can get his fingers open. It seems as if he's got his fist clenched. The referee there just having a word with the Hungarian player there, just got a little bit violent, and I think in a way that could be in England's favour, because I don't think the Hungarians are going to relish any physical battles tonight. The early tackles that the England players made on them, they didn't relish up front. They don't look to have too much an appetite for it, but without being too optimistic, if we do nothing stupid, I reckon that the game is as good as won, and that's a strong thing to say, knowing what can happen on a football field.
That foul was by Phil Neal on Kish, but the player that the referee spoke to while Jimmy was talking was Balint, the Hungarian number 3, and the message was cool it. Muller number 5. 8, Chapo. Well tackled by Mariner, getting back with the referee, saw it as a foul. Muller forward, and Balint, the number 3, can hit them from here. He scored a spectacular goal against Norway in the last Hungarian match. Not from quite that distance, but as the rain comes teeming down, he's the man to watch, number 3. Plays it short to Kish. And McDermott for England. Mariner's the target. Oh, well laid off to Keegan by Mariner. Really good touch. Frankly, I thought Mariner was fouled again there by Garava from the back, but England, incidentally, with that goal, ended that terrible run of 4 Wembley internationals without scoring. Thank goodness that's over. And maybe our absence from the World Cup may be over too, but as Jimmy said, it's too early to say. Here's Keegan. Ball was out. Just to remind you that Hungary would have to score twice now to prevent England qualifying. If they take throw-ins like that, we're all right. He never got the ball back over his head, Martos. Having said that, the ball is terribly slippery with all this rain that's come down. So Chapo's going to have a go. And I think he's worried about the slippery ball too. That's probably why he's punching when he should be catching or trying to catch it. Shalai for Hungary. Aaron slides in. Sort of commitment one wants to see. Unless you're a Hungarian, and those Hungarians who are living in England and are watching this transmission will perhaps forgive a little bit of patriotism tonight. They, after all, have already booked their place in the World Cup finals. Ryan Robson. Mariner comes off his man, makes some space. Is the man through the middle for Hungary, but this is Phil Neal. Ryan Robson. Oh, there was a pick off the ball there. That's Shalai. And there goes Robson. Robson goes down, but Shalai earlier there had a go, in my opinion, off the ball. He's been marking Kevin Keegan. And you can see the effect of that last challenge. The England captain on the deck, having been caught. If you watch it again here, we'll see, if I'm right, there you saw it on the left of the picture. Shalai definitely tripped Keegan, or kicked Keegan, you might say, off the ball. Referee didn't see it, so he's unpunished. Short to Brooking. Offside McDermott. Well, Shalai, the number 11, was the Hungarian player sent off with Sammy Lee in the under-21 international in Hungary in the summer. And if he carries on like that behind the referee's back, he'll be in trouble again. Wasn't seen by the linesman either, presumably. Wanting somebody right, it's McDermott. Koppel again. McDermott. Muller for Hungary. Again, Keegan was cutting off the ball back to the goalkeeper. He still is. Putting pressure on them. Here's McDermott. Thought about an early shot there. Here's Brooking. Wide to Koppel. Offside. Offside. Well, Koppel may wonder, but the linesman's flag was raised. On Thompson. England's defence so far have been untroubled. Thompson again. Martin. Keegan in the inside there. Shalai with him again, look. And Keegan's leading him a dance. Well, the linesman's flagging for the ball going over the line. Throw into Hungary. This is Garaba, the number 6, whose job tonight is to mark Mariner. Mariner's already had the first word. And England lead by 1-0. Mills. Mariner's down the left wing now. There's Garaba with him. And Valent covering up behind. Looking to take the throw. Dropping the ball, but that'll give Mills a chance to get up, who prefers to take them from that side. There's Brooking. Great turn by Brooking. There's Mariner. Well, what's happened there is that the goalkeeper has taken a little challenge from Steve Poppel, which the Hungarians were protesting about. Particularly the captain had a word with the referee, and the continental goalkeepers, who down the years have never liked that kind of close attention when they've got the ball in their hands, looking for protection from the referee, and on that occasion succeeding. Half an hour gone, and the Hungarians find themselves a goal behind. Headed by Martin, and by Garaba, but only to Brooking. And now can he put Mariner away? There's Keegan. Little nudge into Brian Robson, but Muller for Hungary, and here's Fazekas on the break. Sorokic picking the ball up deep. It's got Chapo down that side now. In for Fazekas. Valent. Teach. Bill Neal. And he collided off the ball with Muller. Referee had a quick look to see there was no afters there. This is Garaba to Shalai. Meant for Valent coming forward. Well intercepted by McDermott. Mariner now to Brooking. 3 other England players, 4 now arriving in a line to his right. That was good play by Brooking. The way wasn't open to go forward, and he held it until he could find Thompson. Now Neal. Dermot's going down the right wing. And Thompson goes to the Hungarian half. Poppel. Mariner. Keegan. Poppel. Chance on perhaps here for England. Brooking. Oh, Keegan goes down, challenged by Garaba. England appeal. Nothing given except a corner. Looked like a foul to me from here. Header by Martos. Brian Robson. Mills. Brooking. Valent. Plenty of England players in the area there. Owen Totes in a corner here, put there by Poppel. Keegan's in the penalty area, arriving now. Garaba's slice clearance. It's come to Robson. Now Brooking. Good early ball from Steve Coppell, that. Having put the left back in a very difficult position, he gets the applause. Cash turning Alvin Martin a little bit, and there was a foul. Cash, very experienced player, over 80 caps for Hungary. Martos. Well, England were leading 1-0 in Norway, so we mustn't make too many presumptions just yet. Hungary on the attack. Garaba. Martos. Tackled by Robson. Let's hope that the England team have learned from the match in Norway when the lead was somewhat tossed away. We conceded 2 bad goals. Torachik. Robson. Keegan on the chest for Mariner. Muller. And Keegan gets back and pushes Martos. Well, it seems as though the Hungarians want to build up at a leisurely pace. England have got everybody back behind the ball. Here's Tote, and they're pushing up now. Valint. Away to the right goes Chapo. Here he is. Valint again. Looking for Fazekas. That's well played by Fazekas. And the flag's up. And the whistle goes for the use of the arm. Was the most threatening moment the Hungarians have yet produced. They bided their time there and chipped a very good quality ball into the penalty area for Fazekas, who's a dangerous player if he gets a yard of space. Thompson. Garaba. McDermott. Garaba staying cool. But England apply the pressure again with Robson. What a fine run by Brian Robson. Oh, and Mesherosh able to smother it at the feet of Kevin Keegan. But Robson battled his way down to the goal line there to get behind the defence. Brian Robson, that. There's Thompson. Thompson's behind this. Shorten will have to keep his concentration, even though the play is away from him for so much of the time. But he's had that problem once before in a World Cup qualifier here. And he's 8 years older now. Looking for space, trying to shake off the markers England here. Coppell. Ball was out. It's an England throw. We haven't seen much of Tarochik up to now. It'll be interesting to watch his morale as the match wears on. Keegan. Koppel. Mariners hovering on the far post. Away by Martos. Back by Neil. Brooking. Goalkeeper might need to watch the number of steps he's taking as well in possession. Are doing a good job there, pressing up on Hungary and forcing them to go square or back. But here's Tarochik. Left in the first half. England 1, Hungary 0. Thompson. Martin, you might have to go back here. There's a bit of movement needed further forward to let England's back four release the ball. Here's Mills. Keegan's made it now. If he hadn't been climbed over by Shalai, he's been doing that since the start and seems to have got the worst of it for the moment. Here they are again together. So the Brooking coming onto this. Oh, he just lost his way and slipped. And Alvin Martin committed himself to a rash challenge, and Hungary are on the attack with Fazekas. It was Kish who made the first incision. Here's Muller. Valent. And shot at a good view of that. Here's Mariner. Then for Koppel, it's going to come to McDermott instead. Keegan in the centre, here he is. Come to McMills. There was just one moment of hesitation or impetuousness really by Alvin Martin there as he flew into a tackle which could have cost England if Hungary are allowed to break away down the centre like that. It's the first anxious sign we've seen there in the centre of the defence. 3 minutes to go in the first half then, and England have this, for the moment, priceless lead. Thompson. Keegan's battling away up there, and Mariner it was who shoved Valent, who then slid several yards on his backside, and is at the moment putting England onside with Keegan. Referee was well placed there, and he said play on. Fazekas. Mariner's flick. Robson well forward. Oh, there's some hectic stuff going on out there. Tarochik is dropping deeper and deeper to try and get into the match. He's looking for Chapo. Good challenge by Phil Thompson, good clearance, Mills. And that was overhit. To Koppel. Mariners made his run to the right. It's too long. could be difficult to judge the pace of the ball on this pitch. It's very skiddy on top. It's still raining. Keegan playing in the position that so many people feel he's best in, up front, darting about, shaking the defence. Koppel, Mariner. That was wild by Garaba. And the referee had played an advantage which didn't come out in England's favour. But Garaba is one of several Hungarian defenders who, to say the least, been a little wild in their tackling in the first half. But we haven't had the trainers on the pitch, so there won't be much time added on here for stoppages. And we're in the last minute of the first half. Foul this time by Garaba on Keegan. A string of free kicks now to England. And Keegan and Shalai still seeing an awful lot of each other. Keegan's got his arm up. He wants this played in by Phil Thompson. There it goes. And Keegan was there. So was Dermot. And the referee ends the first half. Cheers from the Wembley crowd because England lead by 1-0. Paul Mariner getting on the end of Trevor Brookett's drive after 16 minutes. And leaving Hungary with the task of scoring 2 goals now to prevent England from qualifying for the World Cup finals.
His worst so far tonight. He might well surprise us in the second half, but he did give us the opportunity to score that first goal.
Yes. Yeah, well, as I say, he's under pressure a bit, but he committed himself right from the beginning, and he came all the way, and he didn't have any chance, really. He was one of 4 or 5 bodies there. And I don't know what Trevor was thinking of here, but he did the right thing. He knocked it goalwards. And Paul Mariner did what all good finishers do.
I noticed that was Alvin Martin there, Laurie, who played the part. He's the one who actually won the ball from the keeper, and it's a lovely nod down. It's not just a header. You see him go up there. Look, he's put it down there.
Yeah, he's doing a good centre-half's job. He's got out in a crowd and kept his head. And then Trevor, not on his favourite foot, knocked it goalwards, and all right, maybe Paul didn't know too much about it, but we all knew where it finished. And
tonight we can say that was a beautiful pass, not a mishit shot, can't we? Who cares?
Well, that was a result of good pressure, and this is what we've got to do. And
Mariner did well there, actually, because I think he was off balance there. He
well, was right underneath him. I was underneath him, but
that looked a tap-in goal, but as you say, Bob, he had to work very hard and move very quickly to get on the end of it and squeeze it in.
But it's not the night to analyse goals and build-ups and tactics, is it? We had to get a goal in the net, regardless, and we got it in not by luck, we got it in by pressure, and we didn't let them off the hook, and they came out, and we all said, really, we weren't sure whether they wanted to know, but it was just because we made it that way, and as I say, Ron Greenwood's got them right on the boil, and he's got to do the second half of the job now. He's got to shut them up in there, make them listen to him, and say, get out and do it all again.
Quick comment from you on your player, Kevin Keegan, the tussles that are going on between him and his opponent. Well, is he to blame a little, Kevin, or is it all the Hungarians?
To blame, Jim?
In any way, but be honest, not patriotic.
No, you're talking about the number of fouls he gets, and in fact, Kevin Keegan has been very closely marked, as all the front runners are, and he is the best player in England to deal with this because he had 2 years of it in Germany. And if you allow defenders to continually bully you, well, then they'll get the upper hand, and he does his little bit of pushing back, but it's only in a...
And you're satisfied with it?
Oh, well, we all are, because he's doing a good job, and he's so up front where he's best at it.
And let's hope it continues in the second half, because the England players have just come out on the pitch now, followed by the Hungarians there. It's all to play for. 45 minutes left between here and Spain, and the man to take you through that 45 minutes, John Mopson.
And Ron Greenwood going back to his seat, knowing that at this stage of the evening his team are 45 minutes away from the World Cup finals. He's left his England team unchanged, but the Hungarians have made a substitution which he will no doubt note when he gets to his seat, the England manager, because they brought on their number 16, George Kerekesh, who is a striker, and they've taken off Fazekas, the number 7, who does tend to get substituted normally further into the match than this, the veteran, but he's off, and 16, Karakesh is on. In fact, the referee is just having a word with the Hungarian captain, Tote, and I think that's because he's got to be told about the substitution and may not have been informed in his dressing room. So, can England retain their superiority here and complete the job that they've started so well? Marino putting Shalai under pressure. Keegan. And Keegan wide to Koppel. And a header by Garaba. Neil in quickly. There's Keegan in there again with Valent. And it's come free. And the drive was by Robson. A lively start to the second half by England. And Keegan again was the man who was giving the Hungarians all sorts of bother. Valent, the number 3, went up with him, and his header was a poor one. It came out to Robson, and his shot was just wide. And Keegan sets the example again. Push there by Tote and Koppel, and then Shalai on Keegan yet again. And at last the referee seems to be stamping down on Shalai's tactics, although he still hasn't officially warned him. Neil takes the kick. Shalai and Keegan are there again. Mariner's in there. McDermott on the far side. Corner. Taken by McDermott. Koppel with the flick on. Neil. Out. Says the Irishman. This is Valent. Keegan and Shy again, and once more in the back. Well, it's a catalogue of fouls now by the 11, and I would have thought the time is right for the referee to show him the yellow card. He must have fouled Keegan 7 times by now. Anyway, it's a free kick to England, and we'll accept that. McDermott. That's Alvin Martin. And here's Jimmy Hill.
Well, it's interesting, that tussle between Keegan, but at the moment we'll just take a look at Alvin Martin just guiding it up into that corner. He didn't panic, he was cool, and maybe tonight we've not only qualified or on our way to qualifying, but we've discovered the number 5 of the future.
That would certainly be encouraging with the news that Dave Watson is finished with international football. There's Martin again. That was his ball forward to Mariner. And look where Measure rushes this time, he didn't get it. Chapo. Martos. Mariner. There's been some good battling by the England front players. Play on, advantage. McDermott. Keegan! Trouble, I think, as he was about to shoot. Poor Mariner won a ball there from 2 Hungarians with one of the bravest challenges I've seen from a striker for a long time. And he got injured in the process. just crashed through into two Hungarians there to make sure that ball went on its way. And as the move developed, with McDermott feeding Keegan, it was Mariner who was left on the ground. And the ball, you could just see there, it bubbled up on the pitch as Keegan was about to shoot. Well, Mariner has recovered after attention. First time in the match that we've had the trainer on. Paul Mariner, the England player, hurt. That was by Robson. Then it was Keegan. And Mariner chases again, Koppel. Karakash. Looking. England winning the ball in the important places. Stifling the Hungarian attack before it gets underway there anyway. What can they do this time? Torachik. They've got four others up with him. Looks for Karakash. Good tackle by Phil Thompson. I wonder if the Hungarians are thinking of actually substituting their goalkeeper. Suddenly, Bela Katsic, the substitute goalkeeper, has had a run down the touchline, and they've sent an official behind the goal of Mežeroš, as if to tell him that he may have to come off. This is happening away to the left, behind the Hungarian goal, and I'm of a feeling here that Mežeroš may be substituting. Panel was saying how unhappy they felt the Hungarians might have been with his performance in the first half, whether he's injured or whether they just feel it's as though he might be. There's Bela Katsic, who played in Budapest in the 3-1 game. Anyway, England are on the board with Steve Koppel. Brooking. Keegan! Mežeroš was hurt this time without a doubt. Steve Koppel on the right wing, getting in a good cross. Trevor Brooking at the near post flicks it on. Keegan goes up with the goalkeeper, gives him a shove, and this time Mežeroš does need attention. He insists he's all right. He's waved that official back behind the goal. And Katsic continues to warm up within shouting distance of Mežeroš. And you can see a little conversation there going on between the two of them, look. Brooking. He's gone into the inside right position. Tries to find Koppel, it's too long. To say, after what's been said about Mežeroš, that we weren't over-impressed with Katsic when we played, England played in Budapest. It's a free kick to Hungary. Muller is the man fouled by Koppel. Here's Shalai. Torachik. Martos. Up again by Martin. Here's Shalai. Torachik with the throw. Still England 1, Hungary 0. And Karakash for Hungary. Robson's tackle. McDermott to Brooking. Nice drag by Trevor Brooking. Beautifully done. McDermott again. That's good play. Mills. Keegan thrusting forward with Mariner, who's come a little bit shorter now. Still Mills. Here's Keegan. Here's Mariner. Brooking. Not much weight on the ball. But Koppel takes on Tote. It's still Koppel. Keegan. Brooking couldn't get there. Thompson got it back to Neil. This is still a Neil for England. Offside against Keegan in the penalty area. Jimmy Hill.
Well, Trevor Brooking in the last 5 minutes has shown such style in the middle of the field. It raises the whole dimension of the England team when he can produce form like that. We've known when we've seen ourselves over the last couple of years, when we've been at our best, that Brooking is clicking, that Keegan is playing at his best, and suddenly we become a different kind of team. Not only one that can work and defend, but one that is capable of breaking down defences. And we're seeing flashes of that tonight, and I must say it is a great pleasure. Some of his work on the ball is just splendid to witness. Well done, Trevor Brooking, and the other lads, of course, for not giving an inch to these Hungarians.
And all Englishmen will be hoping it continues that way. We're 10 minutes into the second half. England lead 1-0. And just a reminder that they only need a draw. Here's Martos for Hungary. I don't think the Hungarians have had a corner yet. They've only had one shot at goal that I can remember, and that was a fairly soft one. Ballint. Offside, Martos. Totally subdued the Hungarian attack, a compliment to the England defence, but also to players in other parts of the England team in the midfield and the attack, who've done a lot of chasing to stifle the Hungarians in midfield. Koppel. Keegan and McDermott in the middle. Oh, it was taken away from Keegan by Shalai. McDermott now. Mariner. Can Keegan reach it? Or was he held by Ballint? Keegan appealing that he was checked again. But he was close the first time then as the ball came in from the left. Kish now for Hungary. Thompson. McDermott. Keegan's through again here, offside. Well, you have to feel that Keegan is bound to get on the end of something sooner or later, or at least cause enough unrest for another England player to do so. He's worrying the life out of Shalai, his marker, and he's never still. As long as England don't get complacent, the crowd can chant, England are back. Brooking. Robson, wow, that was terrific. Keegan, oh, it's a flick on for Mariner, can he finish? He overran it. His first touch wasn't good enough. And he knew it. The way was open there for England to make it two. Brian Robson's approach play, absolutely superb. Terrific bit of play by Brian Robson there. Storming through from midfield to set them over. To Rochik. That was Karakash to Kish. And it's Kish with the shot, and Shilton in precisely the right place. Only the second shot Hungary have had, it came from Kish. Here's Brooking. Mariner. Robson to Keegan. Oh, fouled again by Shalai. He's got to get in the card now, surely. Yes, he has. Yellow card for Shalai, number 11. Booked by the referee after a catalogue of fouls on Kevin Keegan. It took the referee nearly an hour to catch up with him, but he has now. Brooking. Mills. Mežeroš has still got the threat of that possible substitution, except that Katsiets has now stopped warming up. So maybe the Hungarians have thought again, although they've still got an official behind the goal shouting at Mežeroš, checking presumably on how he feels. Don't forget, 2 substitutions are allowed, and they've already made 1 at half-time. Here's Martos. Chapo. McDermott for England. Can he get Keegan moving here? Shalai in the way. Chapo. To Rochik. Appeals for a foul against Mariner, given. Now is Balint going to try a shot this time? Karakesh moving in. Garaba. If England could get a second goal here, I think we could start talking about Spain for definite, because I can't see Hungary scoring 3. 2 seems a tall order the way the match has gone. Here's Keegan. Terrific collision between the 2 players. Chapo is just making sure Keegan's all right. Neil finds Mariner meantime, and McDermott. Neil's continuing his run in the right-back position. Offside Coppell. Balint. Muller. Still the Hungarians haven't put together any of that flowing, skillful football we've seen in previous matches of theirs. You could say they haven't been allowed to, but this is Chapo. Running and intercepting. That explains it. Looking for Keegan. Trying to get ahead of Shalai, and in doing so, he gets a corner. Keegan feeling the effects of that as Phil Thompson this time comes forward for the corner onto the goal line. That was Phil Thompson. Keegan was in there, and it was nearly 2. Robson wins it back. Free kick given to Hungary. It was a close thing from that corner. Keegan recovers from a crack in the mouth, he gets the ball straight back, and Garaba robs him. Martos. Balint. England have got their shape at the back, they've got 7 players behind the ball. Robson, it's a shape they've kept too. Here's Mariner, McDermott through the middle, Keegan offside. The Hungarians just pushing up now and catching England on a number of occasions. Always the danger when you look for the quick through pass. Here's Garaba. Kish. Chapo. Coppell. Keegan. Shalai in. Mills. Mariner. On the right, Steve Coppell. He's got Keegan in the centre. Mariner's going there now. He's been fouled by Tote. Who claims he went for the ball.
fair to him, I don't think he was that far away from the ball, but it looks as if it was a painful one. But it does give us a chance to talk about the part that Koppel has played tonight for England. He is so much more of an international player and a dangerous player when he gets wide on either flank, and he's put in some useful crosses throughout the game. It has hurt his ankle because he's being carried off now by the trainer, which almost automatically will mean a substitution for England. But he has played his part to the full. He's made as many chances for England as Metzeros, which is saying something. And the substitute is coming on now, John.
Well, let's get the free kick taken first. Phil Neal is signalling to the referee that the Hungarians are not 10 yards away anyway. This is Neal in. Oh, he's sliced by the number 4 Tote. Fortunately for him, beyond the far post. And I think Tony Morley will be the man to come on if England are wanting a player to go wide, because here he is, first cap. Tony Morley of Aston Villa. Getting his first taste of international action at this level. He normally plays outside left for Villa, so he'll probably come onto this side. And there might be a little bit of adjustment needed in the England setup here. Mills takes the free kick. Keegan, Brooking. Brooking's shot. So the substitution is Morley for the injured Koppel. And he's come on almost halfway through the second half. Keegan chasing Tate. Could be a useful one. He's won England a throw. Watson takes it. Morley trying to get round Martos. Free kick to England. Morley fouled. Now I wonder if the injection of some pace on this left-hand side might give England an alternative, which will enable them to get the second goal. Alvin Martin well forward on the far side, waiting for the free kick. Mariner is in there too. Mariner took it away from Martin with the flick. Any time wasting by the Hungarians can only be in England's favour. Incidentally, Tony Morley becomes the 50th player Ron Greenwood has used in his England reign, just over 4 years. Keegan. Oh, Brooking brilliant. Neal. Phil Neal coming through. Oh, Brooking again. And England won't let Hungary off the hook. This is Thompson. And Mariner is offside. That was Thompson. Well, Tony Morley couldn't make his debut in a more important match, could he? England leading 1-0. And they only need the draw, remember, to qualify. Here's Valint, Garaba. Hungary putting a few more people forward now. This is Kish. Chapo is going through the middle. Alvin Martin's header was a good one. And Brooking looks for Keegan. Pushing more people up now than they've done at any time during the game. I wonder if it's too late for them. This is Shalai. England have got 20 minutes between them and a place in the World Cup finals for the first time for 12 years. Shalai on the ball. Kerikesh and Phil Neal having to make it, and he did. Can Mariner. McDermott's down the right wing. There. Just important now that England retain their team pattern, their concentration and their aggression. Here's Morley. Foul by Martos. England 1, Hungary 0, a score that would be good enough to take England to Spain. Shots, and Alvin Martin was coming in.
Well, it's unusual for a substitute to come on for England at the point where we're 1-0 up. Normally they come on when we're losing by a goal and they need to do some kind of miracle. So Tony Morley has a relaxed and successful team to come into. So it's a good opportunity for him. The conditions are ideal, and when he settles, I think he'll cause a little more trouble to the Hungarians.
Well, I think Jimmy Hill and I here are as excited as anybody at home in the commentary box as Mariner gets the ball for England. Can he make it too? Brooking. Morley. In again for Keegan. This is Brooking. Mariner's far post. Oh, it's a good header out. The defender did well, Garava. There have been a couple of very good clearances by the Hungarians when England have been promising to put the issue beyond any doubt, and Imre Garava there did awfully well. Chapo. Incidentally, the news from Belfast is that Northern Ireland still lead Israel 1-0, so it's looking as though, as Kerikesh gets the ball for Hungary. And Kish now. That was a header by Mick Mills. I paused there in case I was tempting fate. It looks as though we could have 3 British teams anyway in the World Cup finals, the way things are going, because that's a foul by Garava, who gets a yellow card, his second in consecutive matches. And that could lead to a suspension when Hungary play their first game in the World Cup finals, unless there's a FIFA amnesty in the meantime for bookings received in the qualifying competition. He was booked against Norway, and he's booked there for checking Morley. Free kick to England. Taken by Mills. And it was Mariner who was pulled up there. Beginning to sense now that only a sheer disaster in defence will prevent England qualifying. Shalai. Robson, his tackling's been a feature of the England midfield, and Keegan a little flick to McDermott. They've got 5 players in attack. Phil Neal is coming up from right back as well. Brooking. Still Brooking. And still Brooking. And he was shown. Not given. The defender, I think it may have been Garava, seemed to knock him off balance, but the French referee had a look and said no. Wonderful piece of skill by Trevor Brooking inside the Hungarian penalty area, twisting, turning, and finally Garaba shoved him. Corner's been taken. Morley. Blocked by Martos. Corner again. Brooking so influential and so determined to get to Spain. 15 minutes to go. Brooking with the corner. Oh, and Martin came in and so did Keegan. Keegan back. Oh, it's just wide by Mariner. Well, Brooking took the corner, and watch Alvin Martin come in here, and the ball goes beyond him. Kevin Keegan beats Mesherosh, flicks it back in. Mariner's flick just misses the post. Anyway, as Ron Greenwood looks on and sees his team with the clock on their side, getting nearer and nearer to the World Cup finals, which seemed so far away when we lost in Norway, and until the Swiss won in Romania. Kerekesh for Hungary. That's a free kick to the Hungarians, who I think will be making their second substitution any moment. But in the meantime, Torachik has fallen over, and here's Balint. Muller. Garaba. Shalai. Tote. Just Phil Neal got to get back there. McDermott was helping him, the Liverpool understanding, sorting things out for England, and Keegan's flick brilliant to Brooking. The ball in was meant for Morley and intercepted by Garaba. Muller. And every ball that England win now takes us nearer and nearer. Peter Shilton will be having his own thoughts at the end of tonight about the disappointment he experienced here against Poland 8 years ago. It rather looks as though the books are going to be balanced. Mariner, the man who scored the goal. Neal. McDermott. Keegan wants it played inside. And it was knocked back by Garaba, and Mesherosh, who looks as though he is going to finish the match now and not be substituted, as seemed likely. The England fans thinking now about booking their trip to the Spanish sunshine. Muller. And Keegan, Muller held him back, that's a foul. He was away, really, then. Morley. Oh, McDermott on the far side with a volley, of which he's always capable. One of the best volleyers of a ball you'll see, Terry McDermott. Doesn't matter what height it comes to him, wraps his right foot round it, and a very, very fine try. Hungary, meantime, while you're watching this again, they're going to make a second substitution. They're taking off Chapo, and they're bringing on Zanto. Zanto is number 12, and he's more of a defensive midfield player, so you can read into that what you like. But with 11 minutes to go, it really seems as though England can start to breathe easily now. more difficult for England had they not got the lead. And Hungary have still got time to make it difficult if England don't keep concentrating. Balint. I'm sure you're ticking off the time like I am, but there's 10 minutes to go. Martos. Ball was out.
Noticed that he's right-handed and left-footed, which is the extraordinary combination, and sometimes it signifies an ideal athlete, one who is perfectly balanced, but it makes him even more of an unusual man. He varies from the brilliant to the pathetic.
And Kevin Keegan going down in a challenge from Shalai. The referee hasn't given a free kick this time, although I think the French referee has applied some good common sense tonight. He's booked two Hungarians, Shalai and Garaba. And they've used both their subs now, Hungary. That's one of them, George Karakesh. Phil Neal making life difficult for him and then getting chopped himself. Hungary already in Spain, and England less than 10 minutes from clinching their place. 12, Zanto. Torocic. Haven't seen too much of him. Morley. And that was Robson. Morley again. Keegan's in the middle and marked. Mariners further over. It's still Morley. Keegan couldn't get it. It went behind him and it went from Garaba. Hungary could break with 5 against 5. Muller. Kishu's pulled away onto the left wing. We've got 2 on this side. Torocic. And again, a calm figure of Phil Thompson. I don't think he's put a foot wrong. 8 minutes to go. Brooking for England. We've come so close to the second goal. Mills. Morley. They brought Zanto on to help mark Morley. The right back looked very unhappy at first when Morley came on. And Zanto, with a fresh pair of legs, is trying to keep pace with him. One sub against another. And Wembley for now, a vast bowl of sound. I haven't been able to celebrate like this for a long time here, the England supporters. And Brooking battles away. Morley. Mariner McDermott coming in again at the far post.
Well, there is Morley getting in a number of crosses in the short time he's been on the field, and that's good news for the future too, because wingers are in short supply, and if we do get there in about 7 or 6 minutes time, well, then we shall need all the talent that we can muster together between now and next year.
Yes, what an incentive now for the players in the England team and those hoping to get into the team. Provided we don't concede 2 goals in the next few minutes. Brooking. Neil. Oh, there's a chance there for McDermott, and he drove it right across the goal. And knows that by his standards, it was an acceptable chance. 6 minutes to go, and this could have finished it off. McDermott got the rebound off Balint, and Keegan tried to stick his foot out to turn it in. And Don Howe checks his watch. Mills. Oh, flicked by Keegan for McDermott. Neil. Thompson. Keegan touching it off again. Brooking. Zanto there, Trevor Brooking, the substitute. There are 5 minutes left, 1-0 to England. McDermott's kick. Mariner's flick. So the goal that Mariner scored after 16 minutes of the first half looks like being the goal that books England's ticket for Spain. No pretty patterns from the Hungarian attackers tonight. Mariner. He's played, Mariner, some very, very good football for England in deep positions. He's come back many times to battle for the ball and make sure that we either keep possession or win it in that vital area of the field. Thompson. Mariner again. Oh, McDermott in space. Away by Shalai. And Mariner's foot was a bit high, I think, as he came in. And the Hungarians seem to have lost the ambition now, if they had very much, which I somehow doubt. England have been at them, at their throats from the start. Robson. Onside, Trevor Brooking. Tries to pick out Keegan. This is Morley. And Mesherosh, who's happier stopping shots than he is taking crosses, denies Tony Morley. The header out by Valent, straight to Morley, right foot volley, a tip over. Here's Morley again. Brooking. Flag was up there, offside against Keegan, I think. Well, Mesherosh denying England the spectacular finish. The crowd will start to whistle from now on. Toracik for Hungary, beaten by Brian Robson, and then Zanto back to Toracik, and now Brooking challenging, and Kish to Zanto. Still Toracik, and Alvin Martin, I want to save that if he can. Oh, well, that's a... Mills on the... Push, push, push by Toracik. Everything going England's way. Tough little back heel by Alvin Martin in the first place. The referee's actually blowing because he wants a free kick taken from that corner flag position. What an easy place to take a free kick, that, for Nick Mills. But he found Brooking. This is Toracik, though. It's still Toracik. He threatened to go through them all. He was flattened. Play goes on. Mariner, and he was flattened too. Well, Toracik came running back from the penalty area, asking the referee why he didn't get a penalty. It was the nearest the Hungarians have been to opening up our defence through the middle. There's no doubt about that. And you can see the conversation going on with Toracik, the number 9. We're into the last minute. We're nearly there. Shalai's chopped Keegan again. Well, I doubt whether there have been opportunities for the England supporters to celebrate like this since when? Certainly at Wembley since about 1966, I fancy. We haven't won the World Cup again, but at least we look as though we're going there again. Thompson to Neil. Keegan and Shalai. Keegan's away. Mariners in the centre. So is Morley. Played back for Brooking. And it's too long for England. And the French referee will have noted that the 90 minutes is up. It's a question of what he's going to add on for stoppages. But Hungary surely can't score 2 now. They haven't looked like scoring 1, to be honest. Everybody waiting for the whistle, which will signal England's return to World Cup football. And Hungary not doing much more than keep possession. Toot. Thompson. Peter Shilton ready to accept that. But Phil Thompson has got all the room in the world to play the ball to Phil Neal. And the referee blows his whistle, and England are back in the World Cup finals for the first time since 1970. And Kevin Keegan won't mind the bang in the mouth, because he's led England out of the wilderness now, and at last we've got something to bite on. England's World Cup hopes look dead and buried in September, but here we are in November, and we've qualified at last. Indeed, we've actually qualified for the first time since 1962. No wonder the flags are unfurled and Wembley rejoices. I don't think the Hungarians mind too much, to be honest. They're already there, and they're no lovers of Romania anyway. And England have beaten them 1-0. So Hungary and England qualify from Group 4. And the supporters can start to book their flights to Spain and plan their routes and await the World Cup draw on the 16th of January, which will tell us who England will play. Peter Shilton there will be feeling, I think, that the books have been balanced after what happened here against Poland to him and to England in 1973. And Ron Greenwood, who's had to withstand some biting criticism in his spell as the England manager, has done what he promised to do and taken England to the World Cup finals. Years old a week ago, Ron Greenwood, and as happy a man tonight as his players, who now go to thank their supporters, led by Keegan, who tonight led by example.